I'm Ellie Bass from Richmond, Virginia, chef and owner of Savor. So memory of school food, I didn't get to school food until in college because I grew up in Indonesia. But I remember the first 2 weeks I could only eat salad, and I was following the progress of this broccoli from the salad bar. The next day it becomes steamed broccoli. The following day it becomes broccoli casserole. And then the following day it became broccoli casserole with noodle and cream and cheese slathered on top. And that's when I decided this school food is not really that great. So I'll stick with salad for a while. We're really excited to be here and be a part of the Chef Back to School program and revamping the school lunches to make it healthier and that the kids wouldn't have the same broccoli experience that I had. Thank you.
Parents work to help their kids eat right and exercise at home. We also need to make sure that they have access to healthy meals at school. For many kids, that's where they're getting the vast majority of their calories. And I know that sometimes there's a tendency to see money being spent on school nutrition as somehow taking away from what people think are the more important aspects of education, like the curriculum or teacher salaries or school supplies. And with the average school being allotted about $2.68 for each meal they prepare. $2.68, that's it. And of that, only $1.25 of that money actually goes to the food itself. I mean, you can imagine just how creative you have to be to make food interesting in the schools. But the truth is that the food that our kids eat does have a direct effect on how they learn. That's just the truth. So this isn't a luxury. This isn't a set-aside. This isn't a sidebar. One recent study showed that kids who ate breakfast were more attentive. They had faster response times than kids who don't. That's learning. And with more than 31 million children participating in the National School Lunch and Breakfast programs, good nutrition at school is more important than ever.
I'm Lori Masterton from Asheville, North Carolina. I loved eating at school. We had all cooked from scratch food at my schools, and I remember still in 3rd grade the smell of freshly baked bread coming from the cafeteria, which was right next to my teacher's, Mrs. Sweet's homeroom. Eating at school was a big deal for me, and I loved it.
My name is Carla Hall, and these are my school food memories. I went to Catholic school, so we had to take our lunch, but in the mornings we got chocolate milk, regular milk, and donuts. And at lunch, Glenna Smith, you don't know her, but I probably shouldn't have mentioned her name. Anyway, she would bring knee-high grapes. She would bring like a grape crush, and I always wanted grape crush. And then this other girl, Robin, would have these sandwiches where her fingers would push through her food. I think that was Wonder Bread. And I asked my mom, why don't we have that? And we would never get grape sodas, but we would always have some pretty much rounded out food. But I wanted fun food. But now I am so happy that my mother did not let me have all those sodas. So that's my memory.
And that is that the solution to childhood obesity is not going to come from Washington alone. There is not one single expert that we've talked to that said that the solution to this problem is for government to tell people what to do. That just doesn't work. Instead, as we've said all this time, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us. Parents and teachers, community leaders, food manufacturers, all of us doing our part to give our children the healthy.
Hi, I am Janice McLean, and I am the executive chef at 15 RIA here in Washington, D.C. And the question is memories of school food. I remember in elementary school we all had to get our school lunches at the cafeteria, and they were dreadful. But they always had a bowl of whole apples on the table, and we learned how to carve out the bottom of the apple and fit everything into the apple that we didn't want to eat, and then close it back up, because there were monitors that made sure that you ate your food too. So we were allowed to throw away the apple, but not our peas. So all the peas went into the apple. That's what I remember about school food.